Hello everyone, welcome back to the another session for database management system. Today we are continuing with the session 2 of database management system. So the session contents goes as follows. First of all, we will cover the recap of the previous session, that is session 1, and after that we'll continue with the today's session, that is database users. So here we are going to discuss the two types of people, that is the two types of users. One is actors on the scene and the second one is the workers behind the scene. So to start with, let us commence the session by recap of the previous session. So here we have basic definitions. Hope you remember last session we had discussed with the basic definition of what is data, database management system and mini world. So to start with, hope you remember what is data. Data is just a collection of facts and figures, right? And we have derived the term database by using the term data. So what is database? Database is a huge collection of related data. So data comes into database, and to maintain this data in the database we need something called as database management system. We term it as DBMS also. Database management system is nothing but a complete software which will maintain the data which has got programs in it. It's a software package. So we have discussed this term DBMS, and to maintain that entire real world data we use a term called mini world. Mini world is nothing but data which is existing in the real world. We have an example of mini world. Hope you remember hospital database, and also we had discussed another one is university database, where we have students, grades, students, courses, and so many entities in that. So hope you recall, you recalled all the terms of these definitions, that is data, database, DBMS and mini world. And along with that we had also discussed objectives of the database. Database objectives can be defining the database. After defining, we are storing the contents of the data, that is database, in that by using the term storing. Storing is a very important objective of a database. And after defining and storing, I have to access the data, and for that I am using the word retrieving. Retrieving is nothing but accessing the data which is being stored. Along with that, it should also be allowing us to manipulate. Manipulate is nothing but adding or removing the data or even updating the data. And by doing all such things, if you are not able to share that data, it is of no use. So hence the very important another objective is sharing the data. So hope you recalled all the objectives, that is the 5 important objectives: defining, storing, retrieving and manipulating and sharing the data. And finally we had concluded our previous session by the different characteristics of it. So 5 important characteristics of a database are: self-describing nature of database, insulation between the programs and data, where we are keeping the program separated from that of the data. Data abstraction, hope you remember the term that data hiding. I had told you along with the example. Data abstraction is nothing but hiding the essential details of the data. And supporting the multiple views of data. Different views of the data can be supported by an important characteristic, that is supporting the multiple views of data. And the last one is sharing this data among the multi-users. So we had also come with a term called as OLTP, online transaction processing, along with this. So these are the 5 important characteristics we have discussed in the previous session. So to commence with today's session, we have the database users. Who are the database users? There are 2 important people. We have actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. If you can see, I have categorized them into the 2, actors on the scene and workers behind the scene. So the first one is actors on the scene. So whenever I use this term actors on the scene, I am pretty sure that all of you will get a picture of something related to movies, because all the time what we think of actor means it is movie, hero, heroine, villain and whatnot. So here also you can take the same example to understand the terminology. Those who will come on the screen, those who we see on the screen, we term them as actors on the screen. So those who play a role of hero, heroine, villain, you can term them as actors on the scene. But at the same time, the movie is not just because of them. The movie is also because of the director, producer, choreographer. There are many people related, but you cannot see them on the screen. Who are they? They are workers behind the scene. So hope you have understood the example. Now let us relate the same thing to the database. So those who actually use and control the database content and who design, develop and maintain the database, we call them as who? Actors on the scene. Now, those who are in front, okay, those who can be seen. And those who design and develop the DBMS software, okay, not just the database, it is database management software related tools and other things. Those computer operators are known as workers behind the scene. Hope you have understood these two. Let us get into the details. So who are actors on the scene? There are 4 people. So before I get into the detail, let me tell you something very important. That is, this can be one of the important question for your examination. So it can be asked, who are the actors on the scene? Explain or discuss. So you are supposed to understand them properly. Okay. So to start with, database administrator, database designer, end users and system analyst and application programmers can be actors on the scene. So let us get into detail each one. Who is database administrator? We also term him as DBA. So you can think of an admin. Admin means what? Having entire authenticity. He will be controlling the overall scenario. So whom we call him as administrator. So what are his responsibilities? I have categorized into 4 important points. That is, first one is authorizing, means giving the access to the particular things or persons that is responsible for authorizing access. I may not be authorizing access to everyone. I may be authorizing only to the few people. So that is authorizing, coordinating and monitoring, acquiring the software and hardware resources, controlling and monitoring the efficiency of operations. See here, I'll give you a simple example for which is related to you. Suppose you are working in your lab. So I am the lecturer who is handling your lab. So I'll become the lab admin. I am controlling your lab, right? I am the admin. So what I do, I will allocate each on different system. I may not be allocating you the system which is you only something like a server where I am storing my important document like test question papers or examination related stuff and all that. I will not be allocating you. So each student I am authorizing some particular access to that particular system, and also I am coordinating and monitoring, because I should see each one of you get the power system and each one of you should work in the lab, not just roaming around or playing some games. And also I am monitoring there, and also I'll make sure you'll acquire the software and hardware resources properly, and I'll be controlling and monitoring the overall efficiency of operation. Means you are supposed to execute the so many set of programs in that particular hour. It is not just you are simply coming and going. So efficiency matters over there. So hope you have understood this example. Administrator, you can relate him something related to database, who will be authorizing some particular access, coordinating and monitoring the overall database use, acquiring the software and hardware resources, and controlling and monitoring the efficiency of operations. Next comes database designer. Database designer is responsible to design the content, the resource the constraint, functions, transactions. See, you can just think of a person who will be designing, okay? So hence the name as database designer. This person is totally responsible to design the database. I'll come and ask him to design a database for my hospital. So then what he do? He'll check out what are the contents in your hospital, what are the different existing entities, what kind of data structure you need, what are the constraint. Constraint, you remember I have told you, that is nothing but the conditions to check the validity of data. Name, patient number should be something like a unique identifier for each patient. That is a constraint. I cannot define the same number to 10 patients. So all those things will be taken care by designer while designing the data. So he's a very, very important person whom communicate with the end users and understand their need. As I told, I am a hospital authority. I want to design a database for my hospital. I want to automate the system. So I will communicate with whom? Database designer. Okay, the next important category. So all these are coming into which category? Actors on the scene. So next important category is end users. See, very, very important. End users are damn important, and this can be another question for your examination. Explain the different types of end users. So there are 4 different types. First, let us know who are the end users. So these are the people who use the data for queries, reports, and some of them update the database content also. Any one of can be a end user. Okay, there are different 4 types of end users. That is, the first one is casual end user, second one is naive or parametric end user, third one is sophisticated end user, and the last one is standalone end user. Let us understand each one of them. Casual end user. So these are some people who are using the database access occasionally. See, I have highlighted the term occasionally, not always. Sometime they will be accessing the database. So they are called as occasional end user. That is what you call as casual end users. But they may need different information every time. So let us think like a manager. So general term example I have given there is a manager or occasional browser. So I want to have some information, like I want to see the result percentage. I myself is a manager or a college admin. I want to see the result. Result will not be every day, right? It will come only occasionally. Every semester we get the result. So I will check the percentage of result, percentage of pass, percentage of fail, percentage of distinction. For that I will access the database and I can become a casual end user. The second category is naive or parametric end user. These users are constantly perform querying and updating the database. See, exactly opposite of first. First one is only occasional user, that is a casual end user is occasional one. Whereas a naive or parametric end user, he is constantly performs the querying and updating, okay, and they'll work with something called as canned transactions there. So I can give you the best example, like somebody like a bank. Bank, every time they'll be updating the data. That is, if customer enters, he has to deposit, he has to withdraw the amount, or he has to do some other activity. Every time the database should be updated. They'll be constantly querying and working. So the bank people is the best example what I can give for this naive or parametric user. So here I am terming canned transaction. That is nothing but bundle of together. That is a packaged transaction. Known as a canned one, where I have, like for example, from morning to evening some 1,000 people have visited the bank, and in that some 600 are deposited and 400 has withdrawn. So I am bundling them into one section. 600 as one who have deposited, 400 who have withdrawn. So that canned transaction I will do in one shot. So those can be termed as canned transaction. And the example what I can give is bank tellers to check the account balances for all that just now what I have told, withdrawals and deposit. Hope you understood these 2 users. The next 2 are very easy to understand because those are sophisticated users, sophisticated man. What they are very, very genius, knowledgeable persons who know thoroughly, that is 100% in and out of database, what the system capabilities they are working with. Just think of a scientist or an engineer who is working with a database. Right? We don't have to tell them anything. They'll work with their own criteria. So they will be rigorously working. So something like a scientist is working for weather forecasting. Weather forecasting is something which is changing every hour, every second. There will maybe a different forecast. So he has to work rigorously with that database. So they have the thoroughly familiar with that system capabilities. So those are sophisticated users. And the last one is standalone. Standalone is very easy to understand. Anybody using their personal database sitting at home can be a standalone user. Good example I can quote you here is auditor who is working for his tax program and using his own internal database, calculating the various tax or income tax returns or something like that. So these users maintain their personal databases, and he will use his client's database, how much they have paid in that year, and all that. Those things will be maintained by that particular auditor. So these standalone users maintain their personal database using ready to use packages. That is ready to use, some software packages are there, and using that they will be maintaining that particular database. So that is what we have, this standalone user. So example is tax program user who is using his own internal database. So there are 4 types of users. Which are those? Casual, naive or parametric, sophisticated, and standalone. And the last 2 types of actors on the scene are system analyst and application program. These 2 people are very, very important people. Again, we cannot neglect a single person here. All are important. So system analyst means what? A person who will understand the requirements of the end user. So somebody comes, visits your office, visits your particular section. First person who will come across with them is system analyst. He will determine the requirement of end user and develop the specifications to meet their specific requirements. Like I want some particular college. For college I need, or I need for my bank. So the requirements are different over there. Hospital is different from that of the bank, and again college is different from that of the bank and hospital. So those things will be understood by whom? Analyst. Okay. And the important person, see, analyst will determine the requirements. Who will implement them is an application programmer. The very familiar term you know is software engineers. Everyone of us might have heard who is a software engineer, the one who will do the programming. Okay, so here also whatever the system analyst will determine, okay, the requirements he will get to whom? Application programmer. Application programmer will implement those specifications as programs. Okay, now what he does, he also test, debug, document, okay, and maintain all those transactions. So here debug testing is very, very important. Debugging is nothing but what? Removing the errors from the program, testing for the validity, maintaining the reports, all that will come into the picture. So we end with this, all the actors on the scene. Next comes workers behind the scene. There are 3 important people here. Who are they? First one is system designer and implementers. What system? DBMS system. We are talking about database management system designer and implementers. The second person is tool developer, and the last one is operator and maintenance personnel. So who are the designers and implementers? It is self-explanatory. The one who design and implement the database management software. See, we are talking about the workers behind the scene. These people will work for what? DBMS software. There are different DBMS modules and interfaces. So you will be learning them in the next sessions, like how the DBMS is designed, what are the different modules. So next sessions you will be coming those in detail. So who will work with them? That is designers and implementers, and all of these are responsible for designing and implementing the database management system software modules. Okay, and the one one more important person here is tool developer. Tool developer. First of all, you need to understand what is a tool. Tool are optional packages. Optional means what? Not compulsory. Okay, so something which is not compulsory but which will improve the performance of my system I can have. So that is called as a tool. So such developers are what? Tool developers. So the one who develops such tools. So who are they? Let us understand what is their responsibility. They are responsible for design and implement tool to the software packages for database system design and improved performance. As I told, we are designing a tool to the software packages for improvement of performance. What example I can quote you here is something you think of. All of you is having a smartphone. Hope you have. If you not, you have seen your parents' smartphone. There is something called as a Google Assistant. So Google Assistant will recognize your voice and search for you, isn't it? So that is a natural language processing where a tool is developed in such a way that it will search. If I say Google search for the near hotel for me, so it will immediately take your location and search surrounding and show you the available hotels for you. So that can be an additional tool but may not be compulsory, like every phone need to have that. Same way, come back to the database, I can have an additional tool for my database management system which may enhance the capability, which may improve the performance. So such developers, a team can continuously working towards that. So it can be something like a graphical user interface which will enhance the front end of my system, that is different forms, graphics, or it can be something like voice recognition. Just as I have told, instead of typing a query, I can ask the just speak it out in my natural language and that will be converted to text and search. All those things can be the tools, optional packages which can be developed by the various developers. So the next worker behind the scene is again very important, that is operators and maintenance personnel. Any software you take, we cannot neglect the maintenance of it, because what will happen over a period of time, wear and tear will happen, and that should not reduce the performance of it, right? So hence we have to look after it properly. So who are there? These persons are responsible for actual running and maintenance of hardware and software environment for the database system. So entire maintenance, it's for not only for hardware and also for the software. Overall maintenance will be taken care by these operators and maintenance personnel. They are very, very important, because see, not every data is a normal data. If I lose my data, if you lose your data, you may say 1 or 2 programs, we can type it or something, okay. But with the bank it is not the same, because hundreds of customers, clients data will be there, so many valid transactions are there, withdrawals are there, deposit. So at the end of the day server crashes, so there is a problem in maintenance. So what will happen? One day if it is not working, you know the difficulty how we face. If the bank server is not, will not be able to get our amount, will not be able to transfer. So it's very, very critical over there. So hence operators and maintenance personnel are for having a prime importance. Okay, so with this we'll conclude this session. Hope you have understood workers behind the scene and actors on the scene. So as I told you last session itself, be with a pen and paper, which will really help you out to attend the questionnaires at the end. So again I have come up with some MCQs which is covered in this session only. Hope you will answer me. Write down your answer. Storing the profile of each user in the database is done by whom? Designer, developer, implementer, or the answer is database administrator. So I am just discussing the answers today. So because you should understand the overall capability is, authority is given to whom? Database administrator. So he can store the profile of each user. Okay, next question. Identifying data to be stored in a database. Who will do this? Admin, designer, tool developer, implementer. Data identification. Who will store the data? It is database designer. Yes. Okay. Some people who are constantly querying and updating the database very frequently. So parametric users, casual, sophisticated, standalone. Standalone users, no, they may not do constantly. Sophisticated, no, they'll be working with their own database. They are very genuine. Casual end users, occasionally they are doing. So who are parametric users are the one who will be constantly querying the database, right? Okay, answer is A. Then DBA is responsible for, tell me, administrating, defining, granting the permissions. One of these or all the above? Yes, it is all the above. Okay, then comes database designer is responsible for identifying the data, querying the data, okay, storing the data. Just now we have discussed what he does. He does identifying the data. Yes, answer is fifth one is A. Then comes again the same question I have twisted once again. Name or parametric users are responsible for constantly querying and updating, determining the requirements of users, implementing the specifications, all the above. What is the answer? It is constantly querying and updating, isn't it? They are the one who will be constantly querying and updating the data. Okay. DBMS designer and implementers are responsible for processing the query language, implementing the catalog, all the above, none of the above. What is the answer? A, B or what? Okay, the answer is designer and implementers. What they do? They will process the query language. Answer is A. Okay, tools. Just now we have discussed. What are they? Software package, hardware package, data package. If they are optional packages, answer is D. And finally, we have the last MCQ. The staff responsible for actual running and maintenance of the database are, who are they? The last point what we have discussed just now. Answer is operators and maintenance personnel, tool developers, DBMS implementers, none of the above. Answer is A, operators and maintenance personnel. Okay, before I show you the answer table, there are some assessment questions too. You have to concentrate on these. While explaining also I have told you these can be the questions can be asked as actors. Explain the actors on the scene. List and explain the end users. Discuss workers behind the scene. I have told you actors on the scene. Who are the different actors? You have to explain. This can be the question. Huge, it can have a detailed answer. And it can be asked separately as explain the end users itself. So which are the how you have to answer? You have to explain all the 4 types of end users. Which are 4 types? Hope you remember. I don't have to explain once again. So finally we have workers behind the scene. How many workers behind the scene are there? 3 types. Okay. All the 3 you have to list and explain. Hope you have understood this session. Any queries? So these are the answers for the MCQs, multiple choice questions just now we have discussed. Okay, so hope you have understood the topics in this session. Please feel free to contact us for any queries, feedback. Okay, and thank you my entire team for your continuous support and encouragement. Thank you so much.